Okay, welcome back to part 13 of our Sunless Sea playthrough. Last time was somewhat of a boring session, although we ended up doing the thing that I've been trying to do. We got the Book of Sharps. This barely qualifies as a book. Dozens of scraps of paper have been crammed into a scuffed folio. Each bears helpful advice on murder and often a stain. So I don't actually know what this does, but that was sort of like the meta goal I had been trying to achieve. Raise the anarchist to prominence. We were faring, so we went up to the command canal. We actually went to the surface of the Earth. We went to Venice, and there was a faction of anarchists in Venice who wanted us to basically bring supplies to their corresponding faction that was in Fallen London. We weren't doing anything like nefarious. They weren't like contraband. We were just bringing like I don't know how they described them, but just like supplies, like basic stuff that the people in London needed, and then we were doing coffee. We were doing a coffee trade back and forth between. So we were bringing coffee to the surface in Venice, and then we were returning back with the supplies that the anarchists had tasked us to bring to the people in London. And then eventually, when we'd done it enough, there's a tracker for that. It was under this, the calendar council. We got it. We raised it up to 8. Yeah, we finished the cafe, the coffee festival. They actually burned their coffee house down in Vienna. So that has ended. But what ended up happening was we raised the supremacy level of the anarchists are now supreme. So they are, I guess they control London now because like the admiral's gone, the diplomat is gone. I don't know if this changed London's. I don't remember what our status of London was before. It might have not have changed. It might have been promising, but and then Dawn Machine says it's gleaming, whatever that means. But like the anarchists are now, lo, thy dread empire, chaos is restored, light dies before thy uncreating word. So we've done that. So that kind of opened up. I thought this was an ending, but it wasn't an ending. It's just something you do in the game. So now I'm wanting to find out what this is. The Manual of Miracles. While forgotten, find one as you've forgotten. So there's a forgotten quarter. So I'm guessing it's this, because this is the forgotten quarter. And then we're gonna have to go open the way to the forgotten corner. So we're gonna have to raise our mirrors up a bit. So that's something we should probably start spending our secrets on, is raising our mirrors. He wants to go to the place behind the mirrors, to Parabola. And I'm not going to try it with, I think I tried it once and we got a wound or something bad happened. So yeah, let's wait till we get that mirrors scale up a bit more. Okay, so we want to work on that maybe. Also put Frostbound question mark. I don't know that it's a forgotten quarter in London, but it seems related, so I'm guessing that it. Right, so I can go to the east is another thing. I think this has to do with the Empire of Hands. There's like a mission for them to raise a Zeppelin, and they want to go east with the Zeppelin. Let's see if it tracks that status in any of these here. Yeah, so they've tasked us with arranging deliveries of hydrogen from the Iron Republic. So we could go to the Iron Republic and pick up some hydrogen for them. That's one thing we could do. They wanted us to bring the recent news. We should make sure we have the recent news. I think we do, right? Yeah, we've got recent news. Okay. So we have that. So we could go to the Empire of Hands and try to see if we can and update that. I think this, from what I remember, it feels like this would end the game. This would end your playthrough because it seems like you actually end up leaving on the Zeppelin. But maybe there's two options. Like one is like let the monkeys sail off with the Zeppelin, and one to have your character sail with the Zeppelin. I'm not sure. It's also the Abyss questline. I've already said I don't want to do this, or I mean, we did it to the end. We chose not to end our character's life. We can finish the stuff with the Adventurer's Desire. We have been working on him, but I don't know if I want to end the game with him or not. I don't know if that's an option. It's also an option to colonize Eastval, which we've done actually some of this stuff. We need to get a Dread Surmise. You can get one from giving 7 Searing Enigmas to the Alarming Scholar. Also need a figurehead of the Eater of Names, which I think is an enemy you have to kill. Not going to be too easy to do with this current boat, so you need a better boat for that. It's also something that involves like, I don't, this is another ending. It looks like if you have 175 iron, you can consume all your crew and officers in King Eater's castle. That one sounds funny to try to do, but not on this playthrough. And then the other thing is to do our ambition, which is the Song of the Z. Basically, we need to get, we're pretty close to doing it as far as like the items go. We've built all of the different items. We built the Shrine to Stone, the Enamel Cabinet, the Serene Aquarium, the Monstrous Almanac, the Whispering Trophy Case. But now we need to get 77 of Memory Distant Shores, 77 Z Stories, 77 Tales Tale. These are only 25 of each of these. We do have 43 of those. So we're kind of like halfway. Some of that. You also need 40 secrets, so halfway to that, and then just some of the port reports. And then the Dread Surmise we just talked about. You can get it here at the Scholar. I think this is what this is here. A Dread Surmise, yeah. So you give them 7 Searing Enigmas. We have 3 of those. Or there's also a way to buy them in Irem, which is like a far away town. Yeah, I don't know if we can do strategic information anymore now that the Admiral's gone. Okay, so what are we going to focus on this voyage here? We do want to get some heart metal from Station 3. We have one of the Sooth and Cooper long boxes to do that. We already spoke with her with the Searing Enigma. So we're trying to... What are we trying to do for the Carnelian Exile? She wants us to do something. I didn't update my notes on what she wants. Because she wants the Salt's attention. Somehow we've lost Salt's attention. Gain Salt's attention. I think that happens in Whisper up top. That's the name of that other town up top, right? Whisper. Yeah, oh, Wither. So we could go there and try to do that. Although, let's see what my notes say as far as what do you need to do to gain Salt's attention. Oh, just one Z story and a secret. Okay, yeah, so we could definitely do that. What other things are in our notes of things we're working on in this playthrough? We want to rescue the Sage from Wisdom, but again, we need higher stats. Although we should at least stop by here once to confirm this. We haven't actually stopped by here to check that out. We also need the Element of Dawn, which we can get in Grand Geode for 40 supplies. We could do that right now, actually. Go pick up the Element of Dawn. And then we do need a bunch of sapphires, which are down there as well. Okay, so maybe we'll go south and bring a bunch of supplies. We actually have a bunch of supplies, right? Because we got a bunch of supplies doing that coffee mission. Yeah, this would be a great time to do this. Okay. Yeah, so let's go down to Grand Geode. And then we can also get some Cascade of Sapphire, these things. Cascade of Sapphires, we can get these in Port Canadian to do this, to do this Venturers quest here. Clear Air wants to go to Adam's Way, is that right? Scissors Navigator wants live specimen. We need to find a place to get live specimens reliably. Let me search my notes to see specimen. What's a good way to get them reliably? You can harpoon Triskelegants. You can in Quaker Save, which I can't get to Quaker Save in any more places. In the Utter Shroom, we can trade strange caches. Okay. We can try to get some strange catches. In Low Barnet, if we gift, you have to do 7 ports. Oh, this is the one we just did. Yeah, we just did this actually, so we got one, but we traded it away already. It's not easily repeatable. Hideaway. There's an option in Hideaway, which we haven't found. We really do need to find Hideaway. Okay, so let's go south. Let's try to do the Cascade of Sets. So let's buy a bunch of supplies here. Let's buy some fuel. Can we still repair our ship in London? There's still the dry dock, right? Yeah. Okay, we can still trade it, the favor that we've got left over. We don't need it right now. I'm just curious. It's in good enough shape for now. Just wanted to see if we still could repair our ship. Kind of bad if we couldn't. Okay, so we're gonna we're trying to trade a bunch of supplies. We're gonna have to get more when we're down there, but we got enough for now. Okay, so we got at least a midterm goal here, just to do some stuff in this first section. We're gonna stop by the Iron Republic. We're gonna stop by Grand Geode. Wait, what was I doing in Iron Republic? I already forgot. Republic. Make sure I'm not supposed to like bring something with me. Not sure. Well, in any case, we'll head that direction. We'll stop there along the way. I'll keep an eye for Hideaway, unless it, like I said, if it's over here, maybe you can stop over there, but Can bring that recent news over to the Empire of Hands to, I think it was like to trade it for some dynamite or something. Something along those lines. Hopefully we'll have enough, something over here. Come here, you oral megalops. We'll just keep dissecting it. We've been trying to get more secrets. I haven't stopped that button now in a while. I don't think you can do anything here anymore. Like all the people have left, but since I'm here, I'm just gonna take a quick peek to confirm that. Just gonna wait for the something awaits quality to tick up. Maybe we'll go underwater after this as well. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's nothing to do here. We don't want to. Yeah, we did all this stuff. We can get the port report, but actually, we can't even turn in port reports anymore. So I guess that's kind of irrelevant, I guess, because the admiral's no longer there anymore. I was trying to decide if I wanted to go by the Command Canal, but I don't, because we just did a bunch of missions there. We'll stop by Rack, Visage, hit the Island Republic, Rosegate, Isle of Cats, Grand Geode. We'll have to pick up some more supplies somewhere, because we have to turn in 40 of them in Grand Geode. So by the time we get to Grand Geode, we're not going to even have 40 left, probably. Something over here. Keep an eye out for a place to buy some more supplies. Looks like there's some torpedo parts or something on the ground here. Yep. Still not exactly sure what torpedo components are used for. Again, I presume it's a weapon. Not gonna make the most sense, but I haven't really explored the other options for weapons yet, because this ship can only carry the deck weapon. Like, it has an aft weapon too, but as far as I know, neither of the current guns I have fire torpedoes. Okay, so just do a quick check in here. It's all. I'm not expecting there to be anything useful here, just because we're here. I'm just stopping through. Oh, it's empty, right? Yeah, because all the people have left. Oh, but perhaps they've left something over behind. What? Let me see what this does. If I don't have notes on what this does, I'm going to update my notes. Let's see. Salt Lion. So this is pick over the encampment. Pick over the encampment. Something awaits. Okay. From time to time, some entrepreneur attempts to continue to disassembly, but it never ends well. Perhaps they've left something. Okay. It does gain something. Against terror and fuel. 1x fuel, 2x supplies, plus 5 terror. We found a barrel of Murgatroyd's fungal crackers, a sack of coke, a tear-stained Bible, an odd slick of blood. Take what you can and leave. Sounds like some other entrepreneur failed his whatever he was doing and ended up worse for the wear. Let's go ahead and descend to underwater. We're on our way to Rack here. Okay, oh, we're in one of these little, get me out of this substream, current, whatever they're called. Okay, so we're going to Rack. Gotta wait for some things to wait quality though. Just do a little scouting around while we wait for it. Not seeing a whole lot though. Not seeing much of anything, I would say. Alright, we did lure some fellows here. We can get some new prey. It's vendor bite this time. Interesting. Okay. It's it's been the con's heart literally every time we've done it, but now it's go to vendor bite. Go to vendor bite. Okay, do that next time. We will get the port report again, doesn't really matter. What's the state of the city? Shops are running low. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to the Royal Hull. Have any ships come in? They should have. We've sent at least one ship here. Yeah, one rock scrap. We can approach the mirror. We've done this a few times. This gives you a move. It's a great game. We haven't done this one in a while. Let's see what this one does. Again, 50 fragments. Okay. Eyes blazing. You step towards the mirror. It flashes in light. You see yourself on deck, saber at your side. You look improbably healthy, restlessly vital. The lights of London grow off your prow. The city too is different. The triumphal arch of blazing mountain stone has been constructed across the docks. The words "Death has no more dominion" engraved across it. The streets are lit by steady electric lights of the kind seen in the Khanate. But the priest officials you can make out sermonizing on the dockside crowds wear white robes like those popular in the Presbyteriate. Hunched over the rooftops is the clawing outline of the bazaar, a blasted ruin. As you watch, your reflection issues orders. Crewmen, also nimble with preternatural health, hurry to obey. The Dungsun takes swivel, train on the great arch. The fair king's voice interrupts the vision. I am never sure what we are seeing. The gentleman's hopes, his fears. It certainly has an ambitious imagination. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what we saw there, but we did get 50 fragments out of it, so we can taste the tether. So we've done a number of these options. There was one thing we didn't have. There was some event in London where it's like if you have these different things from rack. So we have the visions of the cup and we have visions of the knife, but we don't have the other vision. So we have cup and knife. So let's do the bone, I suppose. I thought we did do this once, but guess not. So we can do a green cup or a painting of apples. What do I have in my notes for rack or long? What does a cup or apples do? Let's pick the one that's more useful to us at the moment. Cup is fragments and a romance, question mark. Apples is fragments and a vision of the surface. Well, we don't need visions of the surface for anything that I'm aware of. So let's do the green cup, see what happens. A warm green as the neath is key to provide. Yeah, so we're in a room waiting here. Taste the tether. Tether melts in your mouth. There was a romance. What was. The morning sun streams through the barn's worm-eaten wood. The old plow rests in a corner. You'll be pulling it through the fields again today. But for now, you laze in a mound of hay. The vibrant lady is by your side, dozing. You languidly examine your flesh. Parts of you have been stained green from rolling so roughly in the grass. You look over your lover's body. You can't help but smile. She's not really dozing, is she? You hold a hand over her heart. She grins. You both laugh. You can't help yourselves. Okay, so let's have a dream of a romance. You have known love. It lingers. There was a romance. Okay. We can't do this anymore, right? We used our one rack quality. Yeah, we did. Okay, so I don't think there's anything left to do here. It's still 15. It didn't go up to 16 yet. What does this option do again? Oh, this is where you can sell some drowning hymns. Okay, we can't do that. Okay, we do need to pick up a few more. Oh, this is not a good place to buy fuel and supplies though. 40. Can sell a candle for 2 double days. But yeah, we're not doing any of that. You can buy parabola in for 12 torpedo components. If we needed parabola in it, that actually sounds like a decent exchange, but as far as I'm aware, we don't need that. I did want to stop at Rosegate, so let's head there next. I think we've been doing some missions for the tobacconist who's trying to create his dream in life, which is a underwater cigar. We've done at least 1 or 2 of his side missions. I think we were close to completing the 3rd, although I don't remember exactly if we have it or not. But since we're here, we'll just pop in, get the port report anyway. Again, we have to wait for something to wait, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Just take a look at my notes, but it doesn't matter since we're here anyway. the slower part of the game sometimes when you're just trying to get into a port and get the stories updated. Okay, so we take the pamphlet of the port report. We can go see if we have the items we needed. Oh, we had romantic literature. Ah, dang it. Yeah, I messed up on this. I had this in my hold, but I forgot to equip my... Okay, so we do need the romantic literature. Was that in my notes? I swear I was looking for this and I couldn't find what to do with the romantic literature that I had. Where's Rosegate? Yeah, I did have it here. Okay. So we're going to do this one now, so we won't need this anymore. 100% chance. Something disquieting for the bitter flavor. The dogged apprentice licks his pencil and makes a note in his journal. We're making good progress, citizen. Next we'll need something stunningly hopeless. Could I help trouble you present together? Well, we have 3 elemental relics. I guess that's stunningly hopeless. You set 3 skulls on the counter. One is missing its jaw and has a few overlong teeth. One is missing a patch of bone on the back. Brains either blown out or bashed in. One still has an eye, not yet taken by the rot. The dogged apprentice grips your arm for support, transfixed. This is, yes, citizen, I think this is what we need. So we're cultivating the bitter flavor, the taste of burnt rope. So let's go ahead and help him prepare it. The dogged apprentice has set out paper and pen. I had an idea, citizen. Could I trouble you to write something cruel? Something to leave the readers speechless. I suppose it is an art in its own right, he says. Crafting an unkindness is still. Dear God, what did you just write? He snatches the page away and reads. He covers his mouth and whispers through his fingers. Everything I tried writing was just a blunt cruelty, but that's a razor to the soul. His eyebrows raised, delighted. This will finish it off well, thank you. Okay, we've now added the taste of winter wind to ignite the mind. So we can harvest the bitter flavor. He preens against the hearth, blazing at the back of the shop. We've only one last thing to do, citizen, before our flavor is complete. Let's go and have a laugh. A laugh. At the back of the workshop is a small cage surrounded by skulls. Inside, a once talkative Radis Faber sits in a bed of cruel phrases. We need to overwhelm it with bitterness, the apprentice says. Then we harvest it. So we could sneer coldly at it, pretend to weep, or refuse to exist. Refuse to assist. This is cruel. This is wrong. So we're trying to overwhelm it with bitterness. I guess we'll sneer coldly at it. It's not so talkative now, is it? Its old friends would thank you for making it less annoying, even if it's still ugly. The once talkative Radis Faber does not even shudder at your words. It only lies down in its bedding and closes its eyes. The dogged apprentice nods solemnly and lays his hand on your shoulder. We've got it now. That's as much bitterness and contempt as it can hold. I'll remove the gallbladder in a moment. The master will be so pleased to have the ingredient. The taste of brimstone. Okay. Well, unfortunately, we did have the romantic literature, but we got it confiscated in London. We're not going to deliver supplies, I don't think. Actually, what does this do? Deliver supplies to Rosegate. This looks like it's a new thing that just opened up. Deliver supplies gives you echoes. I mean, it's just the same price. So if you could buy cheap supplies, you could sell them here, but we're using our supplies for something else. Game of cards gives you terror, intelligence, Aryan patience, an hour's rest. We don't have an hour's rest in here. Free public lecture. I can get fragments and fuel. Let's try an hour's rest, I guess. It's probably gonna get rid of terror, I would guess. That's usually what resting does in this game, but let's find out. Say something awaits option. Go ahead and see what happens. The dogged apprentice does have a life beyond making cigars, if only for an hour a day. He'll gladly spend it with you. So we're in his room, tucked deep within the recesses of Rosegate. It's filled with old notebooks. I was an artist once, he confides. I've been here 4, maybe 5 years now, but I practice when I can, so we could pose for him. We could give an audience to a short story. Okay, would we rather pose for him or give an audience to a short story? Pose for him, does something, or give an audience to a short story. Would like to sketch Neptune. We could do the sketching, I guess. See what happens. Pose for him. Doesn't say much as you model, only mumbling. Could you look a little more? No, just a little. Yes, hold that. Once his break ends, he passes you the book. He's captured you well, right down to your smallest blemish. It's not the only time he sketched you either. There are recollections of how you appeared on the dock, scenes of you captaining your vessel, and memories of your work together in crafting the bitter flavor. The anguish he spent over the detail is apparent. Ooh, 5 memory distant shores. Well, we do need more of these things to write our Song of the Sea. Although I think we already have quite a few of the distant shore items specifically, but we'll need some of the other ones at some point. Okay, you can buy fuel here. Again, we don't need fuel as much as we need supplies. So I think we're going to head out. This lower, what does the sample do? Sample a cigar is -3 terror. Okay, now let's go ahead and continue. Let's go to Visage, Iron Republic, or maybe Isle of Cats. We do need to go to Isle of Cats for sure. We don't need to go to Visage, although I would like to see. We still haven't figured out the role that the bat plays in the play that is Visage. We've tried a couple different things as the bat, but they've been all wrong, and every time we do it, we get kicked out of Visage. We got something pinged on our radar, although it's not close. I don't know where it might be. Must have been to the north of us because the second ping didn't pick anything up. We've been having we were working for a patron. There's a lady that we had patronage of here. Been doing some missions for her, so I'm just gonna pop in here and see what the next objective she has for us for her patronage is. Here she is. A message for Zaira. How is the adventurer? Still a rubbery man? He isn't? Are you quite sure? The Lady of Cages rubs her cheek. Maybe that part comes later. She'll have to make a note. Hand her the medallion. Urchins, again? I'll tell the sisters to prepare the bass. Gain some supplies. Oh, actually good. We needed some supplies. Oh, we got some Cascade sapphires as well, which we actually needed. And some money and some wine. Oh, I'm glad we had hold space for all that. I'll have a reward for you sent to your ship. Don't worry, I asked the sisters to pick. I can't seem to remember what's edible and what isn't these days. Sarah gives a sudden demands. Can you fry wine in batter? I don't see why not. She talks hurriedly out of the room, muttering about asking the abbess. So we're up to 4 now on her mission. We're not quite full of hold space. Just checking to see how much we had here. So we could tend the rose garden. What is this option? Tending the rose garden. Have we been here before? Let me think here. Before you use a garden wash with blood, a sea of petaled crimson. They say that these particular exiles' roses are a variety crossbred with a flavor from hell. That would explain the stench of brimstone underneath the sweetness. Winding paths lead to irregular rows of cages, each covered in tangles of thorn and vine. Some of the prisoners inside the cages call out to you. Others mutter to themselves or weep. A few simply stare, hopeless and silent. Good, you're here, Zyra snaps a rose head with her shears. I'd like a new addition to the garden. Could I borrow one of your crew? Well, have one, really. I doubt you'd want them back afterwards. Oh. Okay, offer a prisoner, a crewman. I'm definitely free to give her a crew. I don't know if we have 10 cargoes. We don't have 10 cargo spaces though. Can't really sell anything here. Maybe we'll come back to that later because we don't have the cargo space. We don't have the hold space for it at the moment. We don't have a key to the gardens. Or yeah, her mission is happening elsewhere. This guy won't talk to us anymore. Okay, so yeah, we have to do this eventually. But again, we don't have 20. We don't have 10. We don't have 20. And we don't have a prisoner. So we'll have to come back here later, I suppose. We do need more supplies. Are we heading directly to Grand Geode, or are we going to Iron Republic first? I did think I had something to do there. I couldn't find in my notes what it was. Like, why did I want to go to the Iron Republic? I can't remember now. Hmm. Yeah, I don't remember. I feel like we did the auto stream option, but maybe we haven't. Oh, right. In Ico, we were trying to find a brother's regret. That's what the Devils wanted, I think. Maybe not. Okay, well, don't know why I thought I wanted to go to Iron Republic. Maybe I don't. In that case, we can just go straight to Grand Geode, in which case we should buy supplies here where we're at. Not a good price for supplies, but it is what it is. Probably go underwater, I guess. Still looking for Hideaway at some point. I believe it's the only town that I'm aware of that we haven't found. Could be others that I'm not aware of, but I'm tempted to read this letter once we get our mirrors up a bit. We could probably just spend some secrets raising our mirrors. That'd be one thing we could do. I don't know what happens if you fail. Like, what would happen if you fail to, like, the skill test for reading the letter? Like, you're not able to reseal it without hiding evidence of what you've done, I guess? Like, I don't know. Port Cornelia is a good place to buy supplies, actually, I think, from what I remember. We'll probably head there after we drop off. Pick up the element of dawn here. Not sure if this element of dawn is important for completing our ambition, but it's definitely expensive. I mean, 40 supplies is a lot of monetary value, but... Oh, it's 50 supplies. Wait, what? Okay. I'm just looking at what this is. Unlocked when no more than 0 of the Dawn's Law. Okay, well, let's get the war report. Speak to someone in authority. I don't know if this does anything. Just lost some terror. Oh, we got Menace's Burning Yearning. We've done this before, just talking to the Admiralty about this area. Okay, so we need 50 supplies. Okay, well. I guess we can go buy some more supplies in Port Cornelian. We have to free up some hold space. Oh, did we get the casket of sapphires that we needed? Wasn't any of these officers. Who needed the casket of sapphires? Not her. Could do this, but again, I'm saving this to get the heart metal ingot. Is it her? No, she needs meteor salts. Solace fruit. No. No, she needs Salt's attention. Is it her? Yeah, she needs it. Oh, but now I need 3 Stygian ivory. I only have 1. No, I don't think. Wait, it wasn't her. It was the guy. It was the venturer in London. He needs 7 of them. Okay, well, I don't have 7. I have 6. I could do this now. This is how you get the box of the dream snakes, right? What is our mirror catch box currently doing? We had 1. We filled it with his dreams, I thought. I'm not sure where it doesn't like show up anywhere. We may as well do that. We're gonna lose some crew. We have plenty. We've done this before, just like it gives you the we lost the serpent trap and gained the mirror catch box of dreams. So that's in our hold now. Maybe I shouldn't have done that because I'm trying to get enough space to buy 50 supplies. Oh well. It is what it is. Send our Z-Bat out just in case somehow Hideaway is underwater nearby or something. No. Okay, here we can definitely buy more caskets of sapphires. Should get our somethings await here pretty soon. Hopefully. Surely. There it is. Okay. So here, oh, we have a Clattery Air option here. Let's go ahead and refer a patient for her. There's a lady at Murgatroyd's who dresses in tiger pelts and shows her teeth to customers. Unacceptable. The lady insists that she belongs in the jungle. The tigers disagree. There are questions about where her pelts came from and how the former owners died. The Clattery Air offers her a consultation. Afterwards, the patient has a curious crescent star on her forehead, roughly the shape of a claw. But I can wear a hat, it's no matter. She buries the pelts with honors and buys a ticket on the next ship back to London. So we've cured her of her desire to go into the jungle, I suppose. A curious crescent star. Oh, she cut something out of her forehead. So she no longer wears her pelts. Okay. Well, we can get one of the port reports. Get pan for sapphire. Okay, so we do want to improve our network here, actually. There's a number of things we can do here. Okay, let's find out what is this option? Snuffer hunting. You have to. Okay, so we have to raise our network quality, or have veils and candles, which we don't have. So let's see about raising our network quality. Ugh, again, we don't have romantic literature. Man, that really screwed us over when we lost our romantic literature. We can change the thing. We'll just get the port report. We will see about influencing affairs. I was thinking about broker an alliance of tigers with this option. Let's do this and see what happens. I don't care about the Khanate. I don't care about the governor. In fact, her enduring majesty's dominion is not reigning currently in London. The anarchists have risen to ascendance. Let's see what this does. Broker an alliance of tigers. The beginning of something bigger. It doesn't take much to rouse the tigers to action. Their grievances are genuine, only their organizational skills were lacking. You form a restitution committee, something tigerish, soothing tigerish egos by giving every member a splendid title. Any other business, demands the oversecretary in charge of cultural conspiracy at the first meeting. One of your agents scribbles terrified minutes. Their first act is to organize a march protesting the practice of separate theater performance for tigers and humans. Protesting it. They can't carry placards and can't agree on slogans, but the roars rattle every window in the colony. I think our character likes this actually, because he's more about like local control. He's not about like the London hierarchy or the Khanate hierarchy. Like he wants to support local groups to do their own thing. So it's this actually ended up being kind of what I envisioned for this character anyway. We're supporting the Tiger's aboriginal claim to Port Cornelia. Yeah, I like this. So we gotta increase our network to 7 at some point to finish this mission. Currently we're only at 1. I guess we're going to use our something away to change the mission here and see if we get a different option. 2 secrets or a 23% arts chest. Maybe we can use the 2 secrets, I suppose. We'll use a rival agent. We'll draw a rival agent that besets our network. Sure. No spy could resist these secrets and maintain a shred of professional respect. Your courier betrays himself. Your agents pursue him into the fungal jungle. The matter ends with knives and the violent shadows and blood on the stalk. So we got up to 5 now. So we gotta get up to 7. And we could do more secrets. Sure, I guess. Yeah, we're up to 6. Let's see what the next option is. The diplomatic agent, we do have him with us. I don't think there's any other reason to have this guy. We should get our veils up higher though before we try it. Let's see, veils. Check our officers for veils. 3 veils versus 3 veils. 8 veils versus 7 veils. And no veils there. We're not going to have a good chance to do this, but we can try it, I suppose. 17% chance. Okay, well, see what happens. Succeeded. Wow, okay. Your agent's opening gambit is to find chart and usurp an existing network. It belonged to a surface spy and an agent of Russia. His interrogation was tedious, padded with tales of a damp St. Petersburg childhood. Okay, so we did get it up to 8 now. Or 7 rather, so we could decide the fate. We also can do this now. Let's decide the fate first, I think. Your network reaches into every office, every parlor. So we can drive out the foreign powers at the cost of vital intelligence. Or we could bide our time. I'm just worried if we do want to do this as well. Maybe we'll do this first and then we'll come back to the other one. We're doing snuffer hunting. The docks throng, the streets bustle, the blue bazaar heaves. Thousands upon thousands of faces. The snuffer could be hiding behind any one of them. How will you find it? So we're going to mobilize our network. You have eyes. You have other eyes and other hands. Okay, good. We didn't lose our network chance. That's what I didn't want to happen. It was all in all a good day's work. You issue coded instructions to your agents. Within the day, the snuffer is identified, isolated, subdued with the gift of a carefully poisoned hat, steeped in paralytic jellyfish extracts, placed in a coffin, carried to your ship, and chained in the hold before the poison wears off. A diet of muter-salted candles keeps it quiet for the return journey. It had been masquerading as an aide at the governor's mansion. Undoubtedly, questions will be asked regarding its disappearance, but you'll be long gone by then. So we need to return to Adam's Way. We've captured Port Cornelian Snuffer. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and decide Port Cornelian's fate, I suppose. We will drive out the foreign powers and restore the Cornelian coast to the Tigers. What is old is new again. We have a mountain sherd. The Cornelian colonists always lived in fear of tigers on the streets after dark, of a crimson, gorging uprising. In fact, the rebellion is practically bloodless. It turns out that if you put someone in a room with a tiger, they will agree to anything. Your agents ensure no doors are locked and that the garrison has rifles and bullets, but no firing pins. Hapless guards flee as the banded prince pads into Heart's Cross House. You watch the governor sign the colony over to its original inhabitants. The prince and his confidants are discussing condiments. The governor's pen trembles. The humans who weren't members of Her Majesty's Foreign Office are permitted to stay. The tigers have grown accustomed to the advantages provided by thumbs and fingers. Okay. Our supremacy in London hasn't changed because it's lowered into... So this would have lowered our London supremacy, but we've already... I guess we've already lowered it all the way because we've done the anarchist thing, so... Again, this is in concert with what our character was trying to do anyway. We also got a mountain sherd. This was struck from the side of the mountain of light, who is the god called stone. It is holy. Treat it accordingly. If you don't treat it as holy, it can still be sold as a captivating treasure. Is it an item? It's not here. Here it is. Right click to use this item. Summon mountain nomad. Usable in combat. Must be in open waters to do this. I think... exactly sure. I think I remember fighting Mount Nomad once in one of my early playthroughs, but I don't actually remember exactly why or what the benefit of having fighting Mount Nomad is. Okay, so now we need to get 50 supplies and head back to... Can we hold 50 supplies? We have 9 spots available. We have 42 supplies. So technically, yes, although I'd love to get rid of... We also need a solace fruit and caskets of sapphires. You can just try to buy these mountain shards here for 2,000. They don't sell for anything here, though. Okay, maybe we'll sell our wine because we don't have the hold space for it at the moment. Keep one. We need one more casket of sapphires, but we can come back and buy that. So let's buy up some more supplies. So now we're gonna go turn in, we have to go and turn in 50 supplies, and we have to get back alive. So we'll come back here afterwards. 3 supplies should be enough, I guess. We'll do one more. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the element of dawn while we're down here. Hopefully that'll be an interesting item. I think it evolves for the Cannoneer's quest. Like I said, I don't know if we need it to write the Song of the Z, which is our ambition. In fact, I'm pretty sure we don't. We do have to get a Dread Surmise. And we do need to raise our mirrors. Unfortunately, we just spent 4 secrets, which essentially could have been 4 mirrors if we used it to upgrade our stats, but we can get more secrets in combat, I think. We can do more combat stuff when we get a better ship. Okay, so we're going to purchase an element of dawn here. Cover the cost. So the Commodore welcomes you, smiling to his immaculate office. Crystals glitter in the walls. Of course, he says, glad to help. We need to cover the expenses for an element. The light only produces so many, you know. Wait, oh, we don't have vital intelligence anymore. We just used it. Oh no! Shucks. Well, we can get one in the Khanate. Actually, I think we can get one back in... Actually, I think if we have something awaits, we can actually get one back in Port Cornelian from our network, although... Does our network even matter anymore now that we've deposed the governor? Not sure. Well, this hasn't been the smoothest voyage so far. things are like just not quite going to plan. Didn't have enough supplies originally. Now we don't have the vital intelligence. We spent a bunch of secrets unlocking the network here, which was probably for the best, but didn't add an immediate benefit to our character, unfortunately. Okay, we need to get something at waste, though. We didn't have it last time, which was a mistake. Something awaits. Okay, okay, we can still use our network. Okay, thank God. If I was near in the port. Okay, so we got another vital intelligence back. But this did lower our network down to 6. Your late agent considered this information worth dying for. You blot her blood from the page and apply an old Assyrian cipher. She was not wrong. Okay. Stack up on supplies again. Some more fuel. Okay, we're gonna come back here after we get the element of dawn, because we're gonna have like no supplies left after we trade 50 for this thing. And we're just burning through money here. I guess we still have 7,700. Could be worse. Oh boy. Okay, we have the vital intelligence this time. Alright, let's wait for something awaits again. Grand Geode. Alright, finally we can do this. We lost 7 crew, oh my lord. No, your 7 youths and maidens, ahaha. I mean, your 7 crew are not expenses. They will live rich, satisfied, glorious lives. I will ensure it personally. Oh, well, that doesn't sound too bad, at least. Thank you for the information. We will now make very good use for it. Gained 1 supremacy for the Dawn machine. It's now radiant. Lost 7 crew. Lost 50 supplies. Lost vital intelligence, but we now have the element of Dawn, and yet it moves. A piece, emission, or work of the Dawn machine. And that was for the cannoneer. Okay. Oh, he assembles. What was the element of Dawn for? I just said we needed one. Oh, we need it for the tireless mechanic. Okay, well, we still need to get the prisoner in wisdom before that's relevant. Okay, now we need to pick up more supplies because we just spent them all. It's not like a usable item in some way, is it? The element of Dawn. Oh, it is usable. Usable in combat to summon the Tree of Ages. Oh, it's another like combat item, like the Mountain Sherd. I'm not gonna do it. I just want to see. Yeah, these are just one-time use. They're not like infinite like this one. We do have an item. The Tree of Ages. No, we had an item. We need the figurehead of the Eater of Names. I'm not sure. I'm not aware of any item we need from the Tree of Ages. I mean, it sounds cool, but I don't know where of any current quest for it. We're going to restock our fuel and supplies here. And we've spent 50 of it. On this element of Dawn. I don't know if there's anything we want to do with something awaits here. I mean, we can lower our network again. May as well do it, I suppose. It's probably better than panning for sapphires. Get another vital intelligence on Z story. Just out of curiosity, if we did want to raise it, what would we need? Insight. You can do with Storm's attention. Well, this will be here always, I'm pretty sure, so I'm not going to need to do it now. But that's a pretty easy one to do. Okay, we do need 1 solid shroud. I said we can get them. I want to see if we can get one in. It was up there somewhere. Definitely need some supplies and fuel. We need 7 of these. We need how many does the other lady need? It's probably enough to do both her mission and the venture mission. She needs 2. So I'll buy 2 more, and I don't have 1 extra just to like have 1 around. This is a good place to buy coffee if I remember correctly. Okay. I think we're good to head out. And we are now heading towards what? This place, the Mangrove College. This is where I thought there might be. Oh, we could do the thing on Isle of Cats now that we have all that hold space, right? She's like, oh, but it involved getting rid of a crew member. Yeah, we can't really afford to lose any crew members at this point. And maybe we'll delay that mission for a while. Let's go to the Mangrove College to see if we can pick up some solace fruit there. Maybe we'll go in, maybe we'll do it underwater. Not here apparently though. Cannot dive here. Okay, so we did 1 useful thing this play session. We got the element of Dawn. So a vortex over there. What is this thing? Looks like an abandoned landmine of some sort. What's up here? Another landmine, some torpedo components. Man, there's a lot of stuff down here. What's down here? We got, is that a battle thing? It's moving, so I'm assuming it's a battle thing. Okay, we need to send some of these guys back to, Gant. Oh wait, we could lose crew doing this actually. Yeah, we should probably not do a lot of combat right now when we're this low on crew, because you can lose crew while you're fighting. This guy doesn't appear to be killing our crew though. That's good. Okay, so if we can, we'll send this person to the Gant pole. Not an option, okay. Provisions, we don't need provisions. Gain some haul and hunting trophies and fragments. Okay, but yeah, we won't be doing a lot of combat actually, now that I remember, because some of the harder monsters can kill crew, in which case we would be limping our way back to a port that we can get more crew at. So we probably don't even want to be underwater actually, to be honest. Oh, we're looking for hideaway though, but I don't know if it's easier to find hideaway when you're underwater because you can do the sonar, or if it's better to be it's not a moving item. But again, we're not really interested in a lot of combat when we don't have extra sailors to lose. And I think you can find hideaway with your bat, I'm pretty sure. At least you can find all the other areas with your bat. Maybe, like I said, maybe we'll raise our mirrors up to like 70 or something, see if we can make some progress on that. Or we can peek at the letter that's in our hold. Maybe that'll tell us where hideaway is. Okay, so that's an option. We can pick up a passenger. We've actually done this a number of times. We didn't bring a bunch of candles. We only have one. We could convert items to secrets. We don't have fragments. Get the port report. We don't have blunting ends. Could either do beachcombing or gathering of supplies or eat, drink, be merry. Pick up a passenger, sure. We've done this before. He wants to go to Gator's Morn. We'll get there eventually. It's a very minor thing. So this probably lowers terror. This probably gives you some supplies. And this is like a random option. Oh, we're trying to find... Let's go beachcomb. We're trying to find... Actually, fruit. We're trying to find fruit. This is what we're trying to find. Yeah. No, I guess not. Oh, it must be into the wisp ways. It must be where you get fruit. Yeah, I see. Including the North place called Sunless. Okay. So we gotta have candles for that. We only have one candle. It says take plenty of candles. We don't have plenty of candles. Okay, well, shoot. Let's take a look if we put all of our mirrors items on. Wait, that's only 5 mirrors. Wait, this goes here. Yeah, it is a net gain of mirrors. Mirrors. Arts, mirrors. Mirrors and pages, mirrors. Veils, mirrors. 2 mirrors. Okay, so we can get up to 70 exactly. 56. Let's do like, who can give us mirrors here? Let's see. Probably the magician. No, he's veils. Okay. What is this? Do you have any use for this? He can take the mirror catch box of angry dream snakes. I mean, I was gonna sell it, but if he can do something with it, it sells for 500 in Callan Shadow. And it's also one of the colors. Oh, it's the Vieric color. Did we already do the Vieric color? We did do the Vieric color already. Or no, this is one page of the Neathbow Vieric. 1x mirror catch box full of angry dream snakes. Yeah, this was a note from a previous playthrough. It's not. But yeah, we already have the Vieric color. Okay. Yeah, we already did Vieric. Okay, yeah, let's see what this does. I have no idea what this does, so let's give him the... No use to me. They're not royalty. Perhaps that's why he's in such a tearing hurry to leave the room, but perhaps you've Probably disturbed his composure. Okay. Okay. In any case, we're trying to find someone who can raise our mirrors. Here we got this guy. Let's add some mirrors here. I'm sorry it's the pain. Now, this is what you wanted, I think. He's eager to instruct you, like a drowning man striking for air. But he struggles to put words to his understanding. Does his sigil give him insights, or is it old learning he has failed to forget? Just raise this up a bunch here. Wait, we're low on... Oh, that's because we have our... We will need 40 secrets also to end the game, but... I mean, just to do our condition. Let's just go to a nice round 80. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this thing. Failed. The letter has been clearly opened. Okay, what does it say? Farewell, my captain, my love. The seal is broken, but surely that's a problem for later. Within the words read, with equal parts reverence and resignation. Details are politely kept at arm's length, but that doesn't prevent the author from reminiscing of proud triumphs together. Victory at sea over screaming ships of polythreme. Sparring sessions had turned into something more. These times are gone, but his camaraderie is eternal. I'm sorry for giving up the fight, Eric. You always were the strongest of us. Oops. I was hoping it would tell us where Hideaway is, but it does not. Okay, well, we need to equip our We Are Clay back. We need to put our better officers back for what it's worth. The cook, I prefer this cook. Don't like this engineer, I prefer her. Doesn't matter a whole lot which of the doctors we put aboard. They're all pretty close in stats. Okay, well, unfortunately still haven't found Hideaway. We could go to Apis Mead. We do need to get some more sailors, though. Maybe we should head back to London, since we're kind of, like, not too far away. Could also hit, like, Polythreme, Dahoot, Godfall, Nook, Pigmont Isle on the way back. We could go farther along here, but again, without having sailors, it's kind of hard to do a lot of interesting things, like combat related. So yeah, maybe we'll sort of wind our way back towards it. So that's what I meant to do. I wanted to see how much money we had, 7,000. We'll do some scouting in this area for Hideaway. I guess what we could do is go to this section over here. It's not like we don't have fuel and supplies. What was there to do in Aigle? Don't have any... Oh, retrieve a brother's regret to return to Mount Palmerston. Not sure exactly what that entails. I don't have any particular need to go to Polythreme. There's a bigger crab up there, but again, I'm not too interested in doing combat when I have no durability. Let's just on an Eastern Angler. Oh yeah, it's got 300 HP. We're not gonna attempt to fight this guy. Got 20 fragments though for discovering him. Close to Polythreme, relatively speaking. No islands in range. We can convert our watchful curios into wakeful idols while we're in Polythreme, at least. Yeah, I don't think there's anything too important to do while we're here. We're so close. We're so close to this. We should just go over here. This could be where Hideaway is. Let's figure out, after we go to Polythreme, let's figure out where to get some fuel. Oh, we can go to the Empire of Hands actually as well. Okay, yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this. I could have just gone dead this way as well, but I'm kind of looking for a Hideaway. Anyway, since we're already here, yeah, we should defog this, I think. 'Cause that could be where Hideaway is. Okay, so we got some intelligence to grab. We got some. We can carry the clay man, I suppose. Should have room in our cargo hold now. We have lots of room now. We got rid of all that stuff. So we can go ahead and carry them. Can convert all of our. I guess we'll hold one curio, just like we normally do. We need to buy some Stygian ivory from somewhere. I think there's some down south. But yeah, not much to do here at the moment. Just we could warn these merchants about rack, but we're not really trying to do that. I need to lower our terror at the moment. Okay, so is Igel a place we can buy some more fuel? Igel. Yes, fuel 12, supplies 23. So we'll stop at Igel for some fuel. I don't. There was something we had to do at Father King's Hold as well, actually. What was it? So I have all these notes. Give me back my magician. Give me back my cook. Oh, there's this thing that requires 7 Shintalak. Oh, to get drowning burls, right. Oh, this is what I was thinking about doing. Getting the white molly flower. Yeah, let's do that actually. Okay, so we'll go Fathom Cold to Eagle. Doesn't involve losing crew, right? Now just Shintalak. We can use it for either. Well, I think it's for the Cladary Air mission is what it's for. I think that's the only thing I'm aware of it is for. Lorcan's Port. Descend to the Fathom King's Hold. So we wanted to do this, a white molly flower. The Drownies recommend owning one if you're going to their cousins in Tahoot. Oh, so they're gonna need one as well? What does the permit shore leave option do? Gain hunger, gain terror? That doesn't seem very good. Wasn't it for the Cladary Airs mission? It's a chancy challenge. So we need to raise our pages. Iron, mirrors, pages. Pages. Pages 3. Pages 2, pages 3. So this is the best we can do. Oops. Officers, Cladary Air. 57% chance. Oof. And we can raise our pages skill, I guess, right? Did she raise the pages? No, she's hearts, right? She's hearts. Who raises pages? She's also hearts. It's probably by character type, right? Yeah, like he's Veils and he's also Veils. Maybe the cook raises pages, maybe? No, he's hearts also. Okay. Well, who raises pages then? Gunnery officer? No, she's iron. Engineers? No, that's Veils. First officer? No, that's mirrors. Huh. So none of my officers raise pages. Huh. Yeah, nobody... She can raise Veils. Weird. That's weird that there's no officer that I have, at least, that raises pages. Okay, well, I guess I will hold off on doing that then. I mean, it was only one Shintalak and something awaits, so I guess it's not that bad to lose it. Sure, I guess we'll try this. Give her your white molly flower. When you bought it, they told you it would take away delusions, but how does it work? Succeeded. All right, well. Lucky us. She draws the creature in with both its appearances as fish and blossom. I operate on desires, compulsions, requirements. Sometimes those compulsions are based in self-delusion, and that is where the molly flower might come in handy. Dull the pain of parting with a bad wish. So up to 70% chance to not lose her, but I still don't want that to happen, so... Oh, we need to stop by Wisdom on the way back to see what we need to do for... Oh, we can do it again, actually. Interesting. Let's go ahead and... Can we kill this guy? I want to get something... Oh, I don't want to dock, goddammit. I want to get something awaits again. Get another white molliflower. Oh, I don't have my... Oh, wait, hold on, I need to put my item back in the hold slot. I need to put this thing back in. These officers I think are fine as far as that goes. Okay, I just want to get something awaits again. What did I say I wanted to do on my way back? I said I wanted to go to this thing here. Yeah, so maybe we'll head north, we'll defog this, and then we'll head back. Stop at Wisdom. Dahoot. What do we need to do in Dahoot? I have quite a few notes here. There's something that involves the white molliflower as well. There's a lot of things we could maybe do here, but I feel like last time when we were here, all the options were closed off to us. Maybe we'll do it on the way back. Just gonna get one more white molliflower here so I can do the other mission. Not her, not the Cleriere, but the other one that I need the white molliflower for. Waiting for something awaits. Keep saying it, but it's like it's not the it's a feature of this game that's not quite. Maybe they should have implemented it as like distance traveled, not time. I think that would have made more sense. Or maybe they intended this to be a mechanic. I don't know. There's that little guy. I was gonna actually fight that little guy, but. Oh, he's here. Okay. Okay, come down here, I'll kill you. An Aldea's class Corvette. I can fire my rear cannon if he goes behind me. I like hardly ever even fired that rear cannon before. Anything interesting? Oh, it's the pirate poet. Okay. Well, we will go ahead and ransom her again. We've been doing every time. Dinner with the enemy. We've done this a number of times. Anything changed? Let's see. The pirate poet joins you and a few members of the senior crew for a late supper. She treats the assembled audience to baptism of glass. About her first days at Z after years of servitude. Excuse me. By demand, she follows it with shorter works and reforged. Sorry, I was coughing there for a second. A cry for broken chains. In Polythene, we are given our words. We are not allowed to hope they will be kind. In London, I learned to write my own, and in that moment I was free. One day, others of my homemen will read them, and they too will learn. One day, my king's dreams must end. Dinner follows, hot wine and cold spiced meats. Sailors openly place bets on whether she actually eats. The pirate poet ignores them. Her stoic facade doesn't even quiver until dessert is served. At that, just for a moment, even she could not hide a slight smile. Sorbet, Captain, she asked, eye ridge raised. Don't make me tell folk you're even softer than they say. So we've now dined with her. Okay. That ended rather abruptly, but now we've dined with her. That cleared me exactly what that leads to, but I do recall there's some mission with her in Gator's Morn. Okay, so we're gonna get some more white molly flower. Make sure we have one for next time. Alright, so now we're gonna go to Eigel, Acefall, Empire of Hands, up through here, back through Wisdom and some other places. Do need to get more crew member. We're not gonna do too much combat. What were the exact types of creatures that lady in the gaunt pole wanted us to send? Does it say in here? If I see one of her exact types of creatures, maybe I will... No, she doesn't say. Doesn't say in here. She wants us to fight some types of creatures, but the journal doesn't say exactly which ones they are. Trying to transform to the submarine, but apparently must be like on top of Eigel or something. Terror's fine. Fuel's getting a little... We're going to Eigel to buy some fuel as well as just check it out again. Ah, here we are. Here's Eigel. And we're back to waiting for something awaits. We'll do a quick little scout around here, see if there's anything interesting. There's some green things here. Which ones did the greens do? I guess we'll just find out. Greens give you terror but reduce hunger. Try to remember that. Alright, got something awaits. Okay, was there anything we wanted to do here? We can get the port report. Okay, so we need to... Oh, we have to bring Sunless fruit here. Right. I think I had that in my notes actually, now that I remember. Eigel. Bring Sunless fruit to enter. Okay. Oops. We can at least buy fuel. Pretty good price for fuel. Not the best price in the game, but pretty good. I guess we'll get some supplies as well. Okay, I mean, I don't see any of this stuff being immensely profitable. We still need to buy meteor salt, but it's so hard to get meteor salt in this game. Alright, well, off to Acefall, Empire... Actually, we'll go to Empire of Hands first and then head north. Try to stay away from this current. Nope, nope, can't avoid it. Get me out of this current. Ugh. That was an unfortunate waste of fuel there. But yeah, surely hideaway must be over here, right? That's the theory. Maybe I can ride this. Maybe I can actually ride this current, get some speed boost off of it. Is this hideaway? No. The first time a current has actually felt like it's been kind of useful. Well, not the very first time, but something down here. Probably not hideaway. Looks like it's moving. The irrepressible. I don't know what that is. Should I have run right away? I was scared. I guess I didn't need to be that scared. Yeah, I can go back down there and see it again. Maybe I ran a little too soon. I don't even know if it'll still be here. Okay, well. I'm a coward, I suppose. The Irrepressible. Is that something I wanted to kill? I don't want to lose one crew. If I lose one crew, I'm gonna like be hobbling for the rest of my play session, or until I find some way. There are other places you can hire crew. I mean, I'd have to like look through my notes to see if there's any nearby. Okay, but here, what are we doing here? We're trading our recent news for something. Here's the Zeppelin about like going east or whatever. Rise high, I think, and go east. Again, we're not focusing on this. If we were, we would have brought some different stuff. Perhaps not. Let's go to... I think it was Hearthsake Village. This guy, right? Yeah, recent news for Dynamite. Do you have a newspaper? At least I won't feel entirely lost when I get back home. 3 sticks of dynamite, 1 recent news. Fascinating! And should be most absorbent if needs must. Good. Oh, we can trade supplies for candles. I do want more candles to go in the wisp ways, although that was kind of farther back. We could try this once. Well, do I have notes on this? Let's see. Empire. And this is Heartsake Island. 1 supply for 1 candle. Eh. It said you will need many. He said you will need many candles, so this is pretty crazy that this thing is still only chancy when we have 111 of that. Okay, so now we want to go to the Fountainhead Island, go to the Vault of the First Emperor, see if we can use a dynamite here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, blow the door open with dynamite. There's more than one way to show your intelligence. Because this didn't do anything, right? Just like, yeah, advance the time 1. Okay. Boom! Bits of rubble and clockwork fly. The stonework trembles slightly as if about to collapse, but then settles with just the occasional plink-plink of metal and the tinkle of falling shards and gears of all sizes. Well, this is certainly one solution, declares the delightful adventuress, unplugging her ears. I think, though, darling, I shall be taking the rest of those. Cannot fault your thinking, but we would rather reach the center of this quaint little tomb without ourselves becoming buried in it, would we not? Still, splendid resourcefulness. Splendid. Top marks. Oh, she took our sticks of dynamite. They are tools for pragmatic archaeologists. But now we can press further into the vault. What trials await you through the, technically a doorway over the melted cogs and fallen rubble? A huge maze stretches out before you. The delightful adventuress produces a large ball of yarn. With all due credit to Theseus, she says, nailing it one end into the wall. I suspect, however, we shall not have to worry about a minotaur lurking in this particular maze. Come on. Such things are hardly a problem for a woman of adventure. This will take but a jiffy. She leads the way with utter confidence, even when it becomes clear she has no idea where she is going. Even when it becomes painfully obvious to all that she is merely turning left at every intersection. I mean, it's a good strategy. Confident that this eventually will lead to the exit. The string runs out long before the maze does, yet somehow this does not feel like an insurmountable problem for returning. Onwards, this part of the temple looks distinctly more ancient and more carefully crafted by its architects. A sense of respect and history pervades. We are in the Hall of Histories. A mosaic floor stands between you and the door. The delightful adventuress catches your arm before you can step onto it. Oh, sweetie, she sighs, pointing at the walls. Little holes run down, both of them just large enough to see the readied crossbow bolts behind. Isn't this wonderful, she says. I've seen many tombs, many tombs, and most just put something big and heavy in front of the door. Bless their hearts for putting all this effort into something nobody was ever supposed to see. Anyway, be a dear. I will be outside if you need me. She heads back to check on her camp. So we could try to read the inscriptions. Could give us a wound, though. Could examine the mosaic floor. Be careful, choosing wrong may lead to a wound. If you don't know the correct order, you may be able to find a safer way yet. Okay, so can we examine the floor? Is that what... there's stepping on tiles, and there's examining the floor. 9 colored tiles scratched across the corner. Still, you're just examining it. Can't hurt us. Too far to jump. Blast. The monkeys thought of that at least. It'd be very difficult to get a ladder down here. It would be very risky to simply guess, but a solution must be around here somewhere. So we would want to raise our pages as high as possible. It's already decently high. Let's go ahead and return to the surface first. We can visit her camp. Does she have anything to say? In my experience, such things are built solely by meddling priest types to try to make potential tomb raiders at least bang a little culture into their heads before they get their hands on the loot. Precious little bloody point otherwise. Just wall it up and be done. She bites a nail gently. If only we could read the monkey language, we could work out the correct sequence. Of course, there could be a way to simplify the problem entirely. Barnabas, have you any thoughts? Does not look up from his duty. We could pay Barnabas for help with the mosaic floor. Wow, 500 echoes. That's a lot to pay. Let's see if we can raise our pages a little bit. Let's see, pages. Sure, I forgot to grab this thing back. I was giving us -3 veils the whole time. So you got pages. I feel like I spend like half my time doing this. Okay, so we actually already have basically our highest pages on right now. I mean, 500 echoes is 500 echoes. We could try once, I guess. We could also go to the court. Maybe they could translate it for us. Could do a duel. And trade with these guys. Don't have any of their items. We don't want to trade our soul. No, we're not doing that. Well, here we go. What is he? Ask for help translating the vault inscriptions. An exquisite seneschal often finds herself looking to the past for assistance. She may have an idea. The exquisite seneschal looks around cautiously and bids you to follow her into a small room behind the emperor's throne. She fishes for a small wooden box, and from it produces what looks like a shard of salt, the glimmer of red honey inside. The memory of an architect, long dead. They were scribes also. And this is not like the honey you may know. It is frozen, saved. Let it melt into your tongue. Should anybody see you, it will be said you stole it. She glares from the emperor. Okay. What is this option? A plan supplies for the Zeppelin. The exquisite seneschal may have an unpalatable way of gathering supplies, but only for a trusted friend. A final meal. The cannibal pirates of Heartsick Island have long been a thorn in the Empire's paw. With a few little drops of this vial, you could deal with them for good. The supplies would be very welcome on the voyage. So you can kill the cannibal pirates plaguing the Empire bands. Okay, I guess we are a military officer. We're not really feeling any alignment with pirates in particular. So we have this frozen drop of red honey. What is it for exactly? It's not this thing, no. It sounds like it was supposed to help us get into the vault, although... Should we poison the pirates? I guess we should, right? Poison the cannibal pirates. It might give us a wound. Oh, you have to be... Oh, you need unaccountably peckish. Oh, you have to like join them basically, and you have to eat some of their cannibal food with them. Okay, yeah, so we don't have unaccountably peckish. We've never eaten any human flesh. Okay, well, can't do that. Assuming this guy doesn't have any options that are new. Trade a live specimen for a flare. That's a bit strange. If we get her up to 50, we could maybe trade a Enigma to get a map from him. That means we have to do more in her vault, I believe. Alright, so does this red honey that I got help us with this area? Okay, attempt to read the inscriptions. The exquisite seneschal said this frozen drop of red honey might help. You place the chip under your tongue. It's not the usual rush of red honey, but a slow fizzling sense as it spreads through your mouth. For a moment, you have the sense of your body being too big, your blood pumping wrong. Memories hang at the edge of your consciousness, unclear, faded. As you look at the inscriptions, though, chaos melts into meaning. So now we can read the inscriptions. Wait, didn't we just do that? They shift between complete nonsense and easy readability as the memories wax and wane. A slightly dubious retelling of history. A terrible light cast from afar, a sliver of cosmogone in the darkness. Burning cinders ashore from the sea of the dead. The apes who are not yet of the Pentecost fear them, but their covetous natures will not be denied. Those who hold them burn harder, yet are cursed with tortured ambition no blood spilling can sate. It is an addictive melancholy. This is the Icterine age. Uncounted times hence he will be the first emperor, is not yet the first emperor. It is he who is first blessed to conquer the blue-clad emissaries from the waters of the dead, and drink deep of their stolen life-breath by cinderlight. So dawns the Cerulean age. Okay, so Icterine first, then Cerulean, then Amaranth. The Pentecost reach ensorcels the world shore to shore, and all who are not ape are cast to the dark. The life breaths of emissaries from the waters of the dead have birthed the empire eternal in blood and light. Okay, so it's like, what color is Icterine? Cosmogone in the dark, a sliver of cosmogone in the darkness. This is blue-clad cerulean. This is red. So something cosmogone, then blue, then red. It must be yellow, blue, then red. Yellow, cautious step. Blue, tile creaks. Red. History is conquered. With deep relief, you step off the mosaic tile and make a note of the correct sequence. If your mental map is correct, you are near the destination. A pit of venomous snakes. You see them through the door, thousands of them, in a pit crossable only by a thin beam lit by inconsistent neath light through a hole in the roof. It would be no problem for a monkey to cross, but a human? It is the delightful adventuress's turn to go first. To her credit, she does not try to weasel her way out of it. Lantern held between her teeth, and adventurer's rapier bouncing casually on her hip, she steps confidently into the thin beam and swiftly crosses foot over foot, without so much as a glance down. Your turn. This is a Veil's challenge. Well, if she can do it. So can I? Succeeded. A terrifying crossing. Every step is treacherous, and your foot almost slips several times before you half collapse, sweat streaming from every pore on the other side. The delightful adventuress seems utterly unconvinced by her own near brush with writhing death. Oh, do pay attention, darling, she sighs, shining her lantern on the snakes. The thousand of snakes. The thousands of venomous snakes. The thousands of dead, dried-up snakes. See, this is what happens when one decides to build a snake pit only to neglect how the poor things will be fed. Seen it 100 times. Well, perhaps twice, she chuckles. The adventure continues. Get a tale of terror for that. Our archaeology status up to 25. So now we're in an underground courtyard down a flight of steps, the center of the vault. So close and yet so far. This is very obviously the oldest part of the temple, around which all else has grown over time. Ancient tapestries hang from the walls, decorated with portraits of a single ape, clothed in violet and crowned by the sun. Here he is the first emperor, the 100-souled founder of the Empire of Hands. His authority reaches across time. Not much to look at, is it? Declares the delightful adventuress. They say they buried the old bugger with all of them, 100 of the finest souls, a hecatomb, if you will. She laughs for a moment at the joke only she and perhaps 3 others underneath would appreciate. Mark of respect by the primates, you know, to say no one could do half as much with them. Her eyes glint. Let's do something about that. Okay, so we have some options here. We have the final door. Huge impassable is the way to go through it. A dusty bowl of glossy red chips stands in the plinth in the middle of the room. So there's probably more memories or something. Let's look at the final door first, I suppose. There's no obvious method to open it. Let's see. There's no handle, and there's no gap that it. Oh, there is a gap that a crowbar could fit through. The door seems too thick to get any leverage. Scratch marks around the side suggest that more than a few monkeys have tried. Around it are gaping holes where gemstones were once seated. You press a hand to the door, holding a candle to the cracks. Stone, very thick. Even dynamite is unlikely to make much of a dent without bringing the whole temple down around you. Must be able to open it, though. Why would anyone bother building a door they'd never expected anyone to get through? Okay, let's look at the bowl of glass chips. Take a red chip. Drop of red honey hangs in the middle, bleeding out through the cracks in the salt. Red honey contains memories. What would the chips be here? So let's consume the chip. A test of understanding. The memories are diluted, largely unspecific, but that is not important. What this red honey carries is something far deeper, a connection of souls across centuries, the birth of an empire in which even the lowest could be uplifted, and sparks of greatness itself passed on, magnified, never lost with the passing of flesh. This was the dream of the first emperor, one of unity and evolution, transcendence and glory. His memory was placed here that all could see their true destiny, purpose. Instead, it is as if the emperor himself is receiving a glimpse of the empire his dream became. His tears run uncontrollably down your cheeks. His tears. So we can open it now with our memories. The memory fades, but something remains. Only one who is as worldly wise as the first emperor hoped his people would be can open this door. Well, we have these things, so I guess let's open it. Gained a secret. It seems a much simpler thing now. It is slightly more complicated than simply pushing the door open, but only a little. The burial chamber. The lost treasure has been found, and now for the easy bit. The first emperor's bones lie in a state surrounded by souls in spheres of blue, green, and silver. The delightful adventuress applauds politely. Oh, very, very fine work, she declares, taking a moment to admire the architecture before turning her attention to the souls. Now, unless my eyes deceive me, there are not 100, not even close. Blasted legends and their exaggeration. This will complicate matters. Oh well. Barnabas, do be a dear and gather those up. Ah, and as for you, she adds, drawing a rapier that glistens at the end, kindly remain where you are. Uh-oh. We could attack her or obey her. An entirely unexpected betrayal will not stand. We could almost succeed at this. But we've done everything that she asked. You know what? We're an iron character. This entirely unexpected betrayal will not stand. A blade with a sting. Tuts. I would not, she warns. There's just a tiny but efficacious little drop of castigator venom on the tip, purchased at considerable expense for just this kind of eventuality. Oh, don't sulk, she adds. When I tell this story, your death will be glorious. Your crew especially will be the most moved on our journey home. All the Neath will know of your great sacrifice, though I may change your name to something that rolls better off the tongue, something with a little more pep. I'm sure you understand. The clayman finishes gathering the souls. This could be going better. A delightful scheme. Such simple things, aren't they, says the delightful adventuress. Goodness only knows what the devils do with them. But opportunity is opportunity, is it not? My friends in the Iron Republic were quite happy to agree safe passage to and from their homeland in exchange for this legacy. They will have to be satisfied, I suppose. Her lips turn into a smug smile. And next time I bid the cursed Lenora Fortescue to go to hell, well, I shall be able to recommend the bloody sights. A calculated risk. With the bag over her shoulder, she's going to go slower. You just have to avoid the poisoned sword. Do nothing and form a plan later. The monkeys built this tomb by copying stories. The stories always have a way out. I mean, we're good with both stories and iron, so like either one of these is reasonable. But again, we're an iron character. Let's try to take the calculated risk. And a loyal clay man, of course. You barely get close before Barnabas' arms close around yours. The delightful adventuress nods appreciatively. Oh, well, that's that then, she says, backing out of the vault. Except for one minor detail. Barnabas, I thank you for your loyalty and fine service. As a final courtesy, please do the honors and ensure our friend here remains buried. It is a fine resting place, Such a shame for it to be wasted on just one ape. Hey, we're not an ape. The clay man lurches forward towards her as she produces one of your confiscated sticks of dynamite, lights it, and drops it in the corridor. Before either of you gets close, it explodes in a cloud of dirt and rubble and seals the exit. Barnabas has no face. He does, however, most definitely have expressions. The one he wears now is chilling. She trapped both of us in here? Man, she is quite devilish. Attempt to dig a way out. You won't get away with this. A helping hand. Barnabas immediately joins you in the excavation. Were he a regular clayman, he would be likely be obeying his last order right now and ending your life for his mistress. Being unfinished, however, he is no mere golem. In her arrogance, the delightful adventuress appears to have forgotten that loyalty is a two-way street. Even with both of you digging, though, it will take far too long to clear the rubble. If the delightful adventuress gets back to your ship with the legacy, she will no doubt persuade the crew to leave without you. Okay, we have a flare, we have a foundling, and we have a drop of red honey. We could do any of these. Let's have the monthly foundling come to our rescue. That seems like the most fun thing to do here. If any of your crew were going to save you, she slides down a rope into the vault. Captain, she salutes, hanging upside down by your face and grinning. The Empire of Hands used to be her playground, and she couldn't resist a last spin about some old haunts. When she heard the dynamite go off in the spooky old temple of the boring dead monkey, somehow she knew she'd find you close by. Helping, grins the monkey foundling, letting you climb her rope to safety. Barnabas remains behind, too heavy. He continues to dig his way out, rock by rock. A delightful reunion. Appears delightful adventurers is having problems of her own by the rowboats. A double betrayal. Whatever the once flea-ridden mayor of Port Stanton took from the delightful adventuress' soul, it evidently came with her loose grip on ethics. He suspected she would try to sneak away without giving him his cut. He was not wrong. Unfortunately for her, he has a small squadron of monkeys at his disposal. Unfortunately for him, she has both her rapier and one last stick of dynamite for mutually assured unpleasantness. Well, says the delightful adventuress, seeing you approach, this is an irritating stalemate. We could team up with her. That doesn't seem like something we would do. We could propose a fair deal, split the soul 3 ways and everyone can be happy, or team up with the mayor. Even if you defeat him, there could be an army of his kind between you and the ship. I'm definitely not going to team up with her. So we're either going to propose a fair deal or team up with the mayor. Don't like her. She betrayed us. And she left her like, butler Barnabas behind or whatever. So if we team up with the mayor, we're going to fight her with her poisoned rapier and dynamite. I guess we'll propose a fair deal. It seems like the most realistic option. She has dynamite and a poisoned rapier. The delightful adventurers and the mayor agree that you are suddenly the biggest threat here with your attempt to cut in, uniting both against you. What? Before they can move, though, Barnabas emerges from the vault. The delightful adventurer's face lights up. Splendid, she declares. Barnabas, please do deal with this smelly animal. And also the monkey. Well, I get the feeling Barnabas is not going to be happy about what she did to him. Triumph for the delightful adventuress. Barnabas's clay muscles seem to swell as he lumbers forward, silent but purposeful. An unfinished clayman. Claymen are obedient. Claymen are loyal. Claymen are reliable. Unfinished claymen can be all of these things too. However, they can also be them by choice rather than nature. They also can hold grudges extremely well. The delightful adventuress shrieks in fury as Barnabas effortlessly picks her up, dangling her upside down by one leg. The obscenities are muffled by her skirts falling over her mouth, but the gist is quite clear. Well then, says the mayor, carefully eyeing up the giant clay arm's giant spare arm. Should we talk deals now, perhaps? Perhaps we shall. So, you, the mayor, and Barnabas, though it seems unlikely the mayor will agree to a straight 3-way split, or donate the legacy to the Zeppelin. So completely fulfill the requirements for souls. The mayor keeps the remainder to do with those as he chooses. And I can receive payment from the court. That seems fine. I'm not going to take a 46% chance to do it some other way. Yeah, I mean, we want to do this anyway, sort of. Sort of. The mayor agrees. Of course he does. The boost to his courtly profile will be tremendous. The deal is struck. Also, we will take that one, as the mayor, pointing at the delightful adventuress, trying to sneak away with our emperor's legacy. Tsk. Oh, do not worry. The punishment is not severe. We approve of the avarice. Still, he grins. We will teach her a little lesson, yes? Then banish in shame. A gift to you from the Empire. So you have 100 souls. So we need to go back to the court. Okay, so we could punish it. Wait, isn't... I guess we could let Barnabas decide her fate. After all, he's the one she betrayed the most. Barnabas nods, ignoring the angry protests. He follows the monkeys into the woods towards their boat, still carrying a thrashing, delightful adventuress. He will not allow her to come to any real harm, but appears to concur that a little humility may be in order. But that is their business. Yours now lies elsewhere. So we go back to the court. We can go to the gallery. Okay, so we completed the 100 souls. Okay. So we have to do the fuel and the supplies if we want to do this. The delightful adventuress is here now. She stands fuming, her head and hands locked tight in a pillory near the center of the palace. She glares as you approach. Don't even think about it, darling, she spits. When I return to London, there shall be a reckoning. My friends in the Admiralty will not stand for this. Mark my... Oh, look, a monkey selling rotten vegetables. So I'm going to throw some tomatoes at her. Heavy and squishy in just the right stages of rot. Juices drip down your hand as you squeeze its soft skin. This is a revenge for monkeys. You are better than that, or more fiscally responsible at least. You leave the delightful adventuress to her fate. It is doubtful that she will be here long. Theft is not a huge crime to the monkeys, particularly when they got their share anyway. They will most likely free her as soon as her outrage ceases amusing them. Of course, this far east, she will be waiting a long time for another ship to take her back to London. Okay, well, they didn't give us any. I thought they were going to give us some type of reward, but I guess you have to do all 3 of the things before that comes into play. What does the visitor at court option do? Let's see. So you lose status, echoes, or you gain Z stories. So it's kind of a random thing. Don't really need. Well, I mean, I do need Z stories, but sure, I want to do that. We could go back and try to throw, like, raise our iron and try to throw stuff at her. Curious to see about this map thing. Yeah, we could do this now if we want to get this map. Don't know what this treasure map is for. Ancient-ish treasure map. Do I have any notes on what this treasure map does? I don't. I mean, I guess we could do it. We do have 3 of these. I guess we'll do it. I don't know. I'm sure I'm going to give you his map. It can be a profitable kindness. I don't see any other way to get his map, unless it involves, like... raiding with the cannibals. I'm not sure. We do need Searing Enigmas to complete our ambition. I'm not sure what the map is for. Shore leave. Can give you some stuff. So the Zeppelin, now we're done with the souls, right? Yeah, no more soul stuff to do. We haven't got the port report. I suppose we can do that. What does the mayor do again? You can buy your soul, buy supplies for 20. We're doing finance supplies. We don't need emergency fuel. Guess we can do shore leave. Guess got some 20 fragments, scouring the jungle. That's what we observe. That's how we observe the monkeys. I remember doing that before. Okay, well, I guess we're done with this area, right? I mean, if so, I want to go back to the other one, the other island, the Fountainhead. I just want to see if there's anything. Oh, treasure map. Okay, well, here's the treasure map thing. I don't have something aways anyway. We will not be doing that at the moment. Now we gotta put our clay item back up here. These officers are fine, I think. Oops. Okay, so we're gonna defog this stuff on our way up. I'm not expecting to find hideaway here, but I don't have any immediate better options for looking for it. Pop in an Acefall. I know you can get supplies on Acefall. You can also lose crew, though, is the problem. You see East Wall. No particular reason I have to go there at the moment. Beachcombing, give you drowning pearls and artifacts. Okay, gather supplies -1 crew. We could do beachcombing if we wanted to, but it's not like a priority at the moment. No islands. Aha! Something to the north. This must be a hideaway. Finally, it wasn't the last little section over here. It has to be, right? It has to be. Ah, here we go. Okay. Finally, we may have found hideaway. Hopefully. Ah, hideaway. Man, this place was hard to find. I mean, it wasn't hard, just we didn't defog this little section over here. We even went this way before. Oh well. It is what it is. Oh, it's a crab or a turtle or whatever this thing is. It's a turtle, I think. Yeah. On the back of a giant beast live exiles from every corner of the Neath. Here gather the traitors, heretics, artists, fools, and the too honest. Despite possessing a range of radically different ideologies, these outcasts live together peacefully. We'll explore the city, record the habits of those who dwell within. It's a city of strict custom. Most hideaway dwellers toil to strengthen their city against the Z's crushing weight. Those that don't instead prepare for that night's festival, and all without a word spoken aloud. If they need to communicate, the people of Hideaway rely on a strict system of acutely formal gestures. Can buy a memento from the slow blinking vendor. Not sure what this is. This will be a trade. Goods for food. Okay, so this gives you food. Can drop off our impolite investigator. This is where he requested you to bring him. The impolite investigator grins as he disembarks. As soon as he's exited your ship, he spots a small, ancient man, the sprightly visionary. The investigator rushes over to him and shakes his hand while unleashing a barrage of questions. What's your name? Reason for exile? How's the food? The visionary writes a message in the notebook chained to his wrist. He presents it to both of you. Welcome. Sorry you must run. You need to register yourself. Go straight ahead. Advice, no questions. Befriend Temtem. Good day. There's a search for truth being conducted in Hideaway. They are well aware of the truth of the situation, aren't they? We can aid the sprightly visionary. As long as we have no more than 40, we have 10. We can check on the investigator. As long as we have no more than 30, we have 10. We can join a festival. As long as they are not wary of us. You can present a letter. Oh, here's the letter. Yeah, let's do this for sure. The withered old man stares at the letter in silent anticipation. I did read it, but we'll see what he says here. If you're well accepted, he tears open the letter, scanning it quickly, then reading it again more closely. His emotions are guarded, but his fingers gently trace the ascot around his neck. In response, the visionary writes only, "Tell Lorenzo he is dismissed from service." Hesitantly, he gives you the salute of a cognate commander before rushing off to busy himself with other work. Okay, so we can go back. So we finally did that. That was the quest in Undercrow. So we can return to Undercrow. The almost dead man hopes to end a complicated life with, oh yeah, that's the guy who's dying. So where do they store their goods? Where do they have something to trade? They do have not much to offer, but you may find something of interest. Can sell oh, we need, oh, meter cell. We actually need meter cell. We're definitely gonna do this. We need 7 of these back in town, but I can buy supplies here. I mean, you can buy candles here. Fuel supply. Oh, you can buy strange okay. This place has like everything we need. Okay, like we need all of these things. That's great. Let's finish some of the stories first, then we'll talk to our officers, because we need a lot of those different things for our officers here. What is this here? Deliver a scholar of lost causes. It's like the one place we've been looking for. It has like everything we need. It has like all these different stories we haven't completed. Here's one of them. Okay, so the bandaged scholar surveys the miserable crowd with the open disdain. Yes, these should suffice. So this guy was from Scrimshander. Destined for frustration. The last you see of the scholar, he is trying to get an artist to answer his questions and shaking in frustration. The crowd seems to be closing around him. Okay, it hasn't changed our scholar physics. We already had it at 25. Okay, so we can join a festival. So let's do the check on the investigator. He ignores the patterns of resting and waking established in Hideaway. He never seems to sleep at all hours. He can be found asking questions or studying the city. This is a straightforward challenge. Oh, we can't afford to lose crew, though. So let's see what this says here. He ignores the customs of sleeping and waking. He never seems to rest. Whatever the hour, he can normally be found asking questions and studying the city. Today, however, he's withdrawn to his room and is unduly quiet. What is he up to? 7 diving suits take up the investigator's room. We're exploring the space between Temtum and its city shell, but we'll need another 5 divers. I really don't want to lose any divers. Let's save the sprightly visionary here, see what he has to do. Small man with liver spots on his head and wispy white hairs on his chin is struggling to roll a wheel of heavy cabling. Together, you roll the wheel through Hideaway. You pass women lugging blowtorches and bags of cement, and men trying to smile as they put on diving suits. Eventually, you pass through an iron gate to a workroom. At the room's center is a deep pit. A large electrical alternator looms against the back wall. The visionary plugs the cable into the alternator and slowly feeds the rest down into the pit. When finished, he writes a short message in the notebook chained to his wrist. Thank you. Usual helps working on faulty line. May need you in the future. He hands you the note. He looks up, revealing his neck. It's one huge scar. We help him set up an alternator. He has a mighty and terrible hope. Okay, well, what does helping him involve here? He's industrious for one so old. He's also always running around the city, aiding his cablemen or repairing electrical faults. There he is. He passes a toolbox to one of his workers and rushes over to you. He writes in the notebook chained to his wrist. Supply his engines with fuel. Okay, we need fuel. Provide. We can buy it here, right? Yeah, we can buy fuel. Oh, no, we can sell fuel here. Oh. Oh, no, we can't buy candles and fuel and supplies. We can only sell fuel. Oh, okay. Well, if we sell our fuel to that one dude, Acefall, Shellinate, Gant, Pole. Does Shellinate sell fuel? I think it does. Either Gant or Shellinate does, I'm pretty sure. They do not sell fuel in Shellinate. Does Gant Pole? Pretty sure I was buying supplies when I was up here last time. Yeah, 12, 18. Okay, yeah, so we can do this mission. Oops. Because it's going to take 7, so we'll still have 5 left over. Yeah, we can definitely get up to the Gant Pole with 5. 10 coffee beans. My men will transport lunch. His room is spacious, if rather bare. A filament bulb shines pleasantly within a pink paper lantern. His plaster walls are cracking. A hand-drawn portrait of a dark woman hangs above his bed. The visionary clears maps of Hideaway from his table and prepares coffee. As he passes your brew, bellows of pain engulf the room, and all Hideaway trembles for a moment as the beast rise. But the visionary doesn't spill a drop of the coffee. Once things settle, he writes a note. Forgive Tempton. He hurts now and then. Now/then. Coffee, and please call me Eric. Okay, so Tempton is the turtle, I guess. So we got some coffee. Okay, so now we need no more than 25 terror in order to fix a fault. Okay, I can make a note of that. Hideaway. It's a new area. We haven't been here before. Arrive with less than 25 terror to assist a visionary. Less than. Okay. Can't do that at the moment. We can also check on investigator. Potential to lose crew. Bring extras. Okay, we haven't joined a festival yet. We can see what that does. Though you do not reside in Hideaway, the people of the city will allow you to participate in their festivals. If you aid in the preparation for them, they'll even be grateful for the extra help. We got a live specimen. One of the dwellers bows deeply before you and performs the gesture of friendship by showing you her wrists and crossing her arms to touch her shoulders. She then fumbles in her pockets before she presses a small shell into your hand. It's curled like a wave. A little claw darts out and nips your finger. The woman coos at the tiny creature. The festivals of Hideaway. Though everyone in Hideaway has a night to celebrate a festival of their own making, most dedicate their efforts to one of the three great events. The silent reel. Rather than night people will dance, there's no music or any obligation to perform a particular style. The hour of reflection. There's a dweller too ancient and too mad to help maintain Hideaway. Instead, this jester serves a ceremonial role. During the festival, they bark out a phrase, which everyone then represents through art. Invariably, topics are variations of handsome temptuosity, Hideaway's superb lifestyles, or the rainbowing. They will indulge in a colorful feast featuring the finest food Hideaway can manage in the abyssal depths. This item seems more in line with what our character would do. Let's see if I have any notes about what any of these options might do. So, hide away. Okay, so the silent reel can give you memories, terrors, Z stories. So that's all good stuff. Our reflection could be distant shores. The rainbowing could be visions of the surface and three strange catch. Let's do the silent reel. This one sounds the most interesting as far as that goes. The festival has begun. It's possible that my notes aren't very complete though. I'm not sure exactly what all these notes do. We are participating in the silent reel, so we can dance. A high lattice has been constructed over the festival square. It holds dozens of filament bulbs. A spool has been suspended in the center of the square. It is wound with a dull puce ribbon. Puce. When the ribbon is entirely unwound, the festival will end. So we can dance. The master of the dance holds the ribbon in his teeth. He is dancing through the crowd. Don't know why we would leave early, so let's go ahead and dance. The master claps his hands at a shuffling dancer. The shuffler gives a smile, but his eyes fill with hate. He bites a section of ribbon, fixing it between his teeth, and joins the master's dance. Keep dancing. How long has it been? The master of dance has obliged more to bite onto the ribbon, but he still has so many left to claim. You must have been dancing for a few hours now, but it just goes on. The only relief from the quiet is the irregular clap of the master of the dance. The great chain of dancers weaves through the crowd without a noise. There are formerly holy teachers, once monarchs, warriors without battles, short-changed merchants, a growing and ceaseless parade. Some move with grace, others only sway in their steps out of obligation. The spool continues to unreel. Just keep dancing. It has been many hours. They cannot maintain this forever. Or we could sing. The people look like they're on edge. Oh no, they don't talk in this area, right? Yeah, let's just keep dancing. They can't maintain forever. Eventually, the master claps at you, and you bite the ribbon and take your place. Shortly thereafter, the spool unwinds completely. There's a modest bang, and the air fills with fluttering papers. On each, a resident of Hideaway has written their secret. The dancers fall on them in a frenzy. You snatch as many as you can. The one whose mercy led to colonial establishment. The seller of names. The one whose theories on is not proved too dangerous. The one who stormed the city. What's this? The name is too smudged to read. It's basically gained a bunch of terror. Gained some Z stories and stuff. We need these, so that's kind of why I chose this option, but I'll definitely try a different one next time. So you can't join festivals now, right? It won't let me do anything. Oh wait, you can join another festival? Even if you don't have something awaits? Festivals will become increasingly costly to attend. Unlocked with 1, you have 2. You can rejoin the festivals. Well, I don't think we have a particular need to rejoin the festivals. Don't need to trade goods for food at the moment. I'm a little worried about this one causing us to lose crew. We'll come back to this when we have more crew next time we're here. Okay, officers. We got some muter salt. Let's see, which of the officers needed mute? This guy did for sure, right? Oh, he needs a strange catch. This is a matter of luck. Hand over the strange catch. Promise. He tastes a morsel on the tip of his knife and shudders. An exquisite find, my captain. Like a devil's lips, searing, probably fatal, but utterly worth the risk. Okay, so what do we get to here on him now? A squelch, then a quivering thunk. The bandaged poisoner has thrown a strange catch across the galley and then a knife. Is something wrong? A limitation. The ingredients are fine. It is my hands that are deficient. There are piquant jewels hiding in the vitals of these creatures, but I cannot extract them. One slip and the taste is contaminated. He paces the gallery. I need to improve my butchery. Can you take me to the Shellnet? No one knows more about gutting the bone man. Well, I certainly could, because we are almost at the Shellnet. I don't think she needs anything. She needs something that we don't know about yet. This guy doesn't need meter salt. He needs us to raise our hearts or pages quite a bit. Let's see. Can't talk to her. Did she want a live catch? We can buy more of them. We could do this again, but I think we wanted one of these white mollyflowers for somewhere else. I thought somebody else wanted meter salt. Was it her? Okay, she needs 1 meter salt and a strange catch. Wait, what happened to her? What happened to the shops? Not sure why they went away there. I'm gonna buy a few of these strange catches. I think we've seen a few things that need them. Do we want to get more meter salt? Is the other question. Let's finish looking through our officers here. Wasn't this guy didn't need one? I swear somebody else needed meter salt. We already did that. I don't think it was this guy. Maybe I'm misremembering. Did she need meter salt? No, we need Stygian ivory for her thing. Oh, this person needed this one though. This is the only one that takes the spider silk. Okay, let's do this. Boost our hearts. 1 hearts for we did this before. This is like the one that we've done multiple times. Okay, so we can no longer get clothing made from her. She's been a foul moose since she finished her last commission. Creative indifferences. Dresses hang in ribbons on makeshift dummies. Rags lie at the modiste's feet. No, this will not do, she hisses, slicing her latest creation. Mundane, uninspired, unfit even for dusters. She pauses, sensing your presence. In an instant, her smile is back on. She tucks a loose strand of hair back into position. Ah, Captain, a pleasure as always. I fear you find me in something of a creative temper. Would you perhaps indulge my little hobby? I have long fancied a little polythreme elan in my designs. Immortal fashion, huh? Okay, what does that mean exactly? She wants to go to polythreme? I guess? We were just at polythreme. The modiste. Go to polythreme. Okay. I swear somebody else wanted me. It must be the last. It must be the last guy. It must be the rubbery man, dude. Okay, he wanted meter salt. Oh, he wants a strange catch. Okay, we have that. I'm invited to dine with you. An untidy dinner. Where did it learn to cook? Not in its amber-smeared home tunnels, because it obviously prefers its food raw. Between gulps and flabbers, it attempts to chat. It's hard to decipher its words. Its mouth is full of fish flesh. Its mind is alien, and besides, it's terribly shy. Consequently, the evening is not a great success. But you learn a little of its past. It was abandoned in Port Cecil for rubbery crimes whose nature quite slipped the surly bonds of language. The principals found it an apt tool, and has been its patron ever since. It begins to say, "I wished to love," and then suddenly excuses itself. We are learning about the Nacriest outcast. I shine to descend. I have to leave? Is that what he meant to say? I wish to love. I wish to leave. I wish to leave. I wish to love. Okay. Well, no more options here. I swear there was one more thing that took meter salt, but I guess we'll find it when we come across it. We have some more meter salts now. Yeah, the only question is, do we need more? I think we are probably okay with the 2 that we have. I think so. Okay, we have a shady Sortnar. He wants to go to the Corsair's Forest and Gator's Mourn. Anything else we want to do immediately? Oh, we have this live specimen. Wait, weren't we just looking for someone who needed a live specimen? guess we finished all those things that of the people who needed it. What else does she need? Prisoner, Blemigan, or the Molly flower. Okay, well, I think we will go to the Shellnate, and then maybe we'll end this session for now. You go to the Gamp Hole. I want to go to Wisdom here. May as well stop at Scrimshander. We need to go up to the Undercrow. That was the message we just delivered. There's a lot of things we could honestly be doing on this side of the world. So let's go to the Shellnate, and then maybe we'll call that for the end of the session today. And we don't want to fight that thing. We saw that it had quite a few hit points. Can we get out this way? Hopefully we can. That's the Phthalate. I mean, I do want to fight it. I just can't afford to take hits that involve us losing crew. So I guess that's the proper way to word it. I do want to fight you, but I will have to do it at a different point in time. Just kind of defogging the map here. May as well finish defogging this section and then head to the Gamp Hole. Oh, there's that ship again. That submarine that we ran away from. Again, we can't really fight at the moment given our current. In fact, let's just get out of the underwater area because it does seem like there's more combat down here. And we're not really in the way, not really equipped to lose any crew in battle, so may as well spend some time above water. I said we can buy fuel in the Gamp Hole, so that's not going to be a problem. I hope. There's the Lorn Fluke. We don't want to fight that thing for sure. Maybe we'll go underwater just to avoid that as we head over to the Gamp Hole or the Shellnate. We need to go to both. But if our fuel is low, we need to go to the Gamp Hole first because that's where we can buy fuel. Alright, so we got almost the entire map defogged through this one little section, which I said we didn't care about at the time. We actually went up here because we went around Teneb a few times, or at least once. But we didn't get this little section at the time, unfortunately. Oh well. Alright, we need to hit Clan Pole. We'll probably just go underwater here. Yeah, we don't want to fight this Lorn Fluke anyway. Someday we will be doing combat in this game, fighting some of these harder monsters, but that day is not today. Not when we only have 14 out of 27 crew. Some of those purple fragments. A Tryst! Our Tryst was the Clitorier. We haven't had this in a while. Minus 25 terror. Alright, the Gamp Hole, I believe we can buy fuel here, right? Let's just get rid of this stupid desperate measures thing. Can buy a carboy of primordial shrieks. Don't remember what that does. Well, I can sell the life vessel for 7 stream catches here. But that's not what we're here for. What are we here for, to be honest? I don't think we sent any more. Oh, we have to return here with news. I think we've done all these already. Okay, yeah, we have to bring back recent news. Okay, why didn't we come here specifically? We're not going to go into the depths of the Great Pole. We just came here for supplies, I suppose. Okay, and I think we'll end it here. Actually, let's go to the Shellnate. I do want to see that one option that we left open here. Just go to the Shellnate real fast. What is all this stuff over here? Is it just more guys to fight, probably? There's some torpedo components. Again, I don't even care about torpedo components, but they don't take up hold space, so I'm not opposed to picking them up. Purple lowered your terror, raised your terror? I forget. Minus terror. Oh, minus fragments. I didn't like that option. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. it's a 91% chance. It's 91% chance. Okay, phew. I don't even need supplies. Why did I risk it? Crabbed meat! You lead a small company of your crew into the gloom. You work swiftly, shattering the claw and twisting the white meat from underneath. Your crew attack the shell with vigor and hammers, while your bosun marks time in sevens. To return to your submarine laden with crab meat, the broken shell is left to the Z. Wait, wasn't I raising my ship? Okay, I'm like, wait, what? Combat? I'm trying to get out of this area. Shabelvort. I wanted to... This thing. Find someone to teach secrets of butchery to the bandaged poisoner. A bone man shows you the glyphs cut into the white, dusted palms. They mean separation, he tells you. He will instruct your chef if you can prove your worth. An improvement. When the poisoner returns to the ship, he is red to his elbows. I have learned what I need to know, he says, his voice haggard. Back in the galley, he throws away all his knives but one. You watch it slice, skin, bone, and butterfly, as precise as a surgeon's scalpel, as quick as a minnow. Flesh goes one way, skin and organs another. As the crew dine, he seeks you out. It goes well, my captain. I have my initial ingredients. I have my skills. But the flavors I pursue must be coaxed forth, like a hermit crab from its shell. I'm afraid I need very particular seasoning, muter salt and zoop. They sell the former at Wither, where the salt pools fizz and pop. Zoop is made at Mount Palmerston. Its composition is a secret, but anything that can be combined can be separated again for the right equipment. Okay, so we need zoop with him. We do have our muter salts. Then we bought some extra of that. This is the... I guess I didn't have him. I didn't have his notes in here. This is the bandaged poisoner. Poisoner, that doesn't look like quite the right way to spell that. Bandaged cook. Bandaged poisoneer. Poisoneer. Okay, so we need 1x muter salts. 1x zoop. We can get that next time we're up north. Have we done any of the other things? Oh, so we do need 1 muter salt for the campaigner. We also need Solar's fruit, which we don't have yet, and a docile Blemmingen. Don't have 2 live specimens, I don't believe. Okay, I haven't updated any of these other things yet. I haven't got the heart metal yet. There's still a lot of things we can do for all of our different captains here. We'll just look off if there's anything we want to do here. Get the port report. This gives you hunting trophy for outline. This is worth doing, actually. We want more of these to leave heirlooms to our next character. And you can do it here, but it costs money, right? It's like the same thing. It costs supplies and Z stories. But we will not do that for the moment. Maybe if we absolutely need, here's another doomed monster hunter. We can't afford losing any crew. We're not gonna do that. We could have bought these up here for something. They weren't. I don't remember what they were for. Oh, we need some Stygian ivory. Oh wait, no, that was for the lady. This lady. One of her options was Stygian ivory. We don't need that anymore. Okay, so we don't need more ivory, right? We need 40 eventually for this guy's mission, but I'm not gonna carry around 40. Get Tales of Terror for them. We'll buy 3 of them in case we go. I know, sell 1 for 3. Just double checking my notes if I want to buy any more Stygian ivory while we're here. What was this? If I have 7 of them and 12 Devil's Bone dice, we can get a weapon that fires doom monster hunters. We haven't even unlocked that yet in this playthrough. Yeah, Wither can be converted to Tale of Terror. I mean, we could buy 30 of them, or I mean 7 of them, I guess. There's a number of places you can buy them. We don't have a lot of hold space. I'm not gonna buy any more at the moment. Captain, what are you thinking? Okay, this is a good stopping spot. We made some good progress. We advanced the. We got the element of dawn finally after we improved our spy network in Port Carnelian, and we sided with the tigers, the indigenous tigers, so they now rule here instead of the governor from London. We traded 50 supplies for the element of dawn. We want to go to the mangrove columns to get some solid fruit, but we need to bring some candles next time we do that. I think I put that in our notes, right? Let's see. I don't actually. I didn't know. I didn't write it down, but like I'm gonna write it down in here. Mangrove College. Bring many candles to get solace fruits. We need some solace fruits. There's a couple different things we need to do that involve solace fruits. We went through Polythreme. We didn't go to Dahoot, although I do want to go back to Dahoot. We didn't go to Uttershroom, although I do want to go back to Uttershroom. We did get the white molly flower to advance the Clairières mission. I think we got another one, which I think we need somewhere else. We stopped in Igol, although we can't go in here yet. We need to bring the recent news. We did a bunch of stuff in our Empire of Hands. We used the recent news in Empire of Hands. And we actually got to the end of the tomb of the founder of the Empire of Hands. The adventuress betrayed us, but Barnabas captured her. And we completed one of the 3 things we need to do to build their Zeppelin, which we got their souls from the Empire, from the tomb for the souls. The other one we need to do is in the Iron Republic. And also we need to do some poisoning here, but we have to be unaccountably peckish before we can do that. We found a hideaway, thank God. So we turned in all the things. We had like many things to do. We had at least 3 stories that involved going to hideaway and getting advanced. So we did all those. We also got some meter salt there, which helped us quite a bit, and some strange catches. And then we defogged the rest of the map and ended our time here at the Shellnate. And then tomorrow, or next time rather, that we play, we will go through. I want to hit up Wisdom just to confirm what we need to do the tireless mechanics quest. We need a prisoner out of Wisdom. So we'll confirm what we need to do there. We'll go to Scrimshander. We'll probably head north through Port Cecil to the Undercrow, because I want to. This is the guy whose letter we had delivered to Hideaway. I want to go back and check what he's up to. And once we're up here, we may as well defog this last map chunk. Go to Frostfound, defog this last map chunk. So we got a plan for next time. Go here, go north, go here, and then from here we'll figure out what we want to do as far as making our way back. We want to go to Gators Morn at some point. We want to get some Zoops from Mount Palmerston. We'll probably end up going here. I kind of want to stop at Anth again. We have those Claymen we picked up from Polythreme. I think there's something we can do in Anth with a cargo of Claymen. And then maybe in Wither we can get Salt's attention. Yeah, so there's a number of things we want to do up on the north side of the map. So that's our plan for next time. We'll go here. We'll head north. We'll defog this. We'll go along here to Wither, and then we'll sail back down to London and our next session. All right, thanks for watching.